Criminal Justice, Mainstream and Cross Currents, Chapter 3, Theories of Crime. This is a narrated version of this PowerPoint. Theories of crime. One of the challenges that criminologists face is to develop ideas about crime into systematic theories that clearly spell out perspective and concept in ways that can be tested and measured. Demonology. The earliest explanations for deviant behavior attributed crime to supernatural forces. One method to determine guilt or innocence was trial by ordeal. The classical school of criminology states that people freely choose to engage in crime, represented primarily in the works of Cesare Beccaria and Jeremy Bentham. Classical school of criminology continued. Beccaria's 9 principles, free will and punishment based on humane principles. Bentham's utilitarianism theory, people are guided by desire for pleasure and aversion to pain. Positivist school of criminology, a natural outgrowth of the rise of the scientific method, look to science to understand crime. Biological theories. Some outdated ideas include phrenology. By Gall, measured bumps on the skull to determine personality. Atavism, the appearance in a person's physical features thought to be from early stages of human evolution. Physiology, Houghton claimed there were differences between the features of criminals and the features of non-criminals. Somatotyping, the use of body types and physical characteristics to classify human personalities. Biological theories continued. Biochemistry. Hormones, brain structure, and brain chemistry all appear to affect behavior. However, isolating any actual, identifiable physical influence on crime is problematic. Biological theories continued. Biosocial criminology. Some scientists are examining genes in connection with antisocial behavior. Genes are, in part, responsible for behaviors because they determine how our brains are constructed. There is no crime gene, and biosocial criminology is controversial, and the subject matter must be approached with caution. Psychological theories include psychoanalytic theory by Freud, behaviorism by Skinner, which includes operant conditioning, observational learning by Bandura, cognitive psychological theory, including Kohlberg's moral development theory, and psychopathy. Figure 3.1 illustrates Bandura's reciprocal determination, also called observational learning. This figure is available in your textbook. Psychological theories continued. Psychoanalytical theory. Freud's theories focused on unconscious forces and drives. Freud believed healthy people have a proper balance of id, ego, and superego. Psychological theories continued. Behaviorism, the assessment of human psychology via the examination of objectively observable and quantifiable actions as opposed to subjective mental states. Based on operant conditioning, which states that behavior is more likely to occur when rewarded and less likely to occur when punished or not rewarded. Psychological theories continued. Observational learning, the process of learning by watching the behavior of others, includes reciprocal determinism, which we think affects how we behave and how we perceive our surroundings. In return, our surroundings reflect our behavior to some extent, which affects how we think. Psychological theories continued. Cognitive psychological theory, Kohlberg's theory of moral development, which states human moral development proceeds through clearly defined stages. Criminal offenders are stuck at the lower stages of moral development. Psychological theories continued. Psychopathy. Psychopathy refers to a specific condition which is only sometimes paired with heinous criminal offending. Antisocial personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others that begins in childhood or early adolescence and continues into adulthood. This quote is from the American Psychiatric Association. Psychological theories continued. Criminal profiling is an aspect of the trait approach of psychology. The FBI began to use criminal profiling in 1970. One of the first official uses of profiling to investigate a criminal suspect occurred in 1956 in New York City. Sociological theories include Chicago School, differential association theory, strain theory, social control theory, neutralization theory, and labeling theory. Sociological theories continued. The Chicago School, criminological theories that rely in part on individuals' demographics and geographic location to explain criminal behavior, examined external causes of crime such as poverty and bad neighborhoods. Sociological theories continued. Differential association theory, a theory developed by Edwin Sutherland that states that crime is learned. Sutherland claimed that crime is learned, and Akers combined this with behaviorism. Sociological theories continued. Strain theory. The cause of crime can be connected to the pressures on culturally or materially disadvantaged groups or individuals to achieve the goals held by society, even if the means to the goals require the breaking of laws. Mertens developed this theory, influenced by Durkheim's theory of anomie, stating that problems arise with unequal access to societal norms. Sociological theories continued. Social control theory seeks not to explain why people break the law, but instead explores what keeps most people from breaking the law. Hershey said crime occurs when the social bond is weakened, and there are 4 elements of that social bond, including attachment, commitment, involvement, and beliefs. Sociological theories continued. Neutralization theory, a perspective that states that juvenile delinquents have feelings of guilt when involved in illegal activities and search for explanation to diminish that guilt. Seeks to explain how delinquents use 5 techniques of neutralization to drift between conventional and delinquent lifestyles. These 5 are denial of responsibility, denial of injury, denial of victim, condemnation of condemners, and appeal to higher loyalty. Sociological theories continued. Labeling theory considered recidivism to be a consequence, in part, of the negative labels applied to offenders. Offenders strive to live up to the outside or deviant label. Lemert distinguished between primary and secondary deviation. Sociological theories continued. Marxism, gender injustice, and critical race theory. Sociological theories continued. Marxism. Sociologists use Marxist theory to note that those in power control the making and enforcement of the law. Sociological theories continued. Gender injustice examines how women are treated differently from men. Also notes that some research assumed women as a subset of men and used the same findings for both men and women. Sociological theories continued. Critical race theory observes that people of color are overrepresented at every decision point in the criminal justice system. Sociological theories continued. Integrated theories of crime recognizes that traditional biological, psychological, and sociological theories are of limited utility. Integrationists attempt to link theories. Sociological theories continue. Integrated theories of crime are integrated theory of delinquent behavior, interactional theory of delinquency, and control balance theory. Sociological theories continued. Integrated theory of delinquent behavior. Youths experience issues with strain, social control, and association with delinquent peer groups, regardless of class. These types of issues differ depending on social class, depending on class expectations or aspirations. Sociological theories continue. Interactional theory of delinquency considers how parental attachment diminishes as youth grow older and how commitment to conventional values, such as employment and education, protect the youth from delinquent behavior. Sociological theories continued. Control balance theory. All relationships exhibit a power differential, a balance between the amount of control one has and the amount that one is controlled that determines how or whether he or she will break the law. Sociological theories continued. Life course and developmental theories. The life course perspective uses longitudinal data to observe how subjects grow and mature over long periods of time. Sociological theories continued. Life course and developmental theories include Moffat's pathway theory and Laub and Sampson's persistent offending and desistance from crime theory. Sociological theories continued. Moffat's pathway theory. Life course persistent offenders engage in antisocial behavior for long periods of time. Adolescent limited offenders have few problems in childhood and are unlikely to continue adolescent antisocial behavior into adulthood. Sociological theories continued. Laub and Sampson's persistent offending and desistance from crime theory. Some youths continue in a trajectory of crime throughout their lives, while others experience turning points in which they become more involved in society and conventional behavior. Questions we can ask from Chapter 3. What is the crux of Beccaria's 9 principles? Bentham's utilitarianism theory. What is biosocial criminology? And name some sociological theories. This concludes the narrated version of this chapter PowerPoint presentation.